bowling spell with the opposition. 6 down for almost nothing.
Oh yes, right.
Yeah, good first over from Abrar. It's 43 for 6. Most wickets for Pakistan after 6 test matches. And Abrar tops that list. 38. Slightly uppish. Goes past that flying slip to the boundary.
Captain and the bowler shouldn't mind this. Had the batter taking his chances. It was in the air. It was lucky. The ball didn't go straight to the fielder. But good bowling. Very good bowling from Muhammad Ali.
Coming back to the expectations you have from Abrar and lots of talks around that he should be in the 11th. What a start he had, dream start against England. And he was given the cap that particular game. He took 11 wickets. Look at this, Ben Stokes, had no idea the expression on his face. Went right through his defenses. Took 11 in that game.
That was a peach, wasn't it? Getting the ball, a move away from a left-hander from outside the leg stump. Surprised him, didn't it? Yeah, he started his career in a grand fashion. He collected a lot of wickets, but off late he's been collecting air miles rather than wickets.
Yeah, I know. He's been with the team. He's a clear example of what happened with Shahnawaz Dani. He also travelled with the team for the longest time. But the important part is when he got that opportunity, he grabbed it with both hands. 7 in the first innings, 4 in the second. And this was after when England had completely demolished Pakistan here in that first test. They were right on top, and suddenly, out of nowhere comes Abrar. Just reliving those moments in that amazing spell. Zach Crawley was one of the batters in sublime form, supreme form. Was they didn't have an answer. He took them by surprise. Have a look at this.
Yeah, that's his strength, isn't it? The slider and the googlies, because he's not a huge turner of the ball. But he uses those deliveries with effect. Makes you wonder, why didn't he feature in the Pakistani lineup afterwards? That's where the selection process needs to get better. You know, to have a player developing all the times, you have to provide them with the opportunity. Yeah. His development was arrested, that's for sure.
Single to end the over. It's 49 for 6.
Come on, boys!
Domestic 112 for Mir Hamza, Khurram 45, and then look at your choices when you talk about reputations, how many games are there, and just endorse his in clarity how much important it is to spend more time, longer spells, first-class cricket.
Yeah, that's glaring at you, isn't it? See, when you select a player to represent the country, you have to make sure, does he know his game or not? The only way you're going to find your game by featuring in first-class cricket, whether it's a batsman, fast bowler, or a spinner, or a wicket-keeper. This is the format where, as a player, you find your game. Once, as a player, you find your game, you have more chances to excel at the highest level.
So that brings my question is, when you talk about Pakistan's test matches in the last, 3 years, played only 8, include this 9. So if you have got your usual suspects travelling with the team across formats, you understand that they're not available for the first-class tournament, then why not have horses for courses? Like Anderson is the first choice in test matches. You will not see him in T20s.
You're talking about longevity. You know, this is where the selectors, they have to make the right call in consultation with the player.
Oh, yes!
Yeah, one thing is very heartening. You know, when you talk about the current regime, you talk about the new chairman of PCB, Mohsin Naqvi, he's emphasizing on first-class cricket, which is a good news. It's a very good news. If you have the emphasis on first-class cricket, then you will have well-rounded players and the results will follow.
Coming back to Abrar, a good thing, or you can say a thing about him that bamboozled the batters is not your conventional kind of leg spinner. It's just how he disguises it so well. It was so difficult to pick off the hand. At least as a first timer, if you're facing him. Slight misfield allows them to scamper through. And that's been his key factor.
See, you're right. He hasn't got that conventional leg spinner action. He's not side on. He bowls front on. But the good thing is, he's got immaculate lines and lengths. And then we spoke about those googlies and sliders. That's where he excels. That's where he bamboozled the batters. Just 3-4 inches of leg spin, and then those googlies and sliders, they really work well for Abrar.
Yeah, they just couldn't pick him back in that England series. By the time they figured him out, the job was done. 11 in that test match. Just like that. Turn and bounce. 53 for 6.
Bangladesh 53 for 6. It's been an action-packed morning for Pakistan. Mehdi Hassan Miraz and Liton Das both got runs in that first innings and now rebuilding, steadying the ship. 27 of 42 between them so far. And they've got their work cut out against Mohammad Ali and Abrar from the other end for now. He'll be a happy captain so far. It's been an eventful morning for the action in the middle. Always eventful sidelines as well with Tapalti. Value that should be given and must be given to first-class cricket. Your players in the ranks putting in the hard yards. On the up and through the gap and for 4.
Mehdi Hassan Miraj especially now he's picked up his fourth boundary. He's not shying away to play even on the up. The ball now in the 19th over, putting on the up but finds the gap. Yes, it was aerial. Partnership now 31. And they've got to, this pair has got to show some resilience.
Yeah, promising signs for Pakistan. Plenty of talk around the depth of talent, the quality of the talent, with the two opening bowlers for Pakistan, Khurram Shahzad and Mir Hamza, putting their hands up, showing their veteran pros how to do it. Plenty in it in terms of swing, seam off the surface, but you got to put the ball there. You got to execute your skills. And I thought both of them were exceptional. Yes, Khurram has 4 wickets to show for. Mir Hamza could have had more. And when you've got 147 first-class wickets for Khurram Shahzad, 451 to Mir Hamza, it holds a certain value and is surely...
Yeah, first-class cricket is important. That's where you pick up the players who've done well. That has been the case. That is the case. But also the fact that one also must remember that at times the players can be on national duties, where their unavailability to participate in a first-class tournament. 442 wickets, 112 matches. He should have been an automatic choice. Mir Hamza. Khurram Shahzad also good experience in terms of matches and also wickets. 136, 146 to Muhammad Ali.
...57 for 6.
Oh yes!
And he'll be happy, the man in the specs. Asir Mahmood, bowling coach for Pakistan. Assistant coach. He's got his work cut out with the bowlers. Saw him on the surface earlier on as well with the younger players, the seamers playing in this particular match.
Yeah, talking about the bowlers in first class cricket, even if you look at someone like Abrar Ahmed, who's in the attack now, at this ground, he's got a phenomenal record in first class cricket. He has picked up 40 wickets in 5 matches here in Rawalpindi Cricket Stadium. Again, a hint of turn. 5 times he's picked up a 5-wicket haul, and he strikes at on 37 deliveries, 125 wickets in first class cricket. Again, someone who's got the experience.
Absolutely, 125 wickets. Have a look at the last column, 9 fifers, and even a phenomenal start to his test career. And the numbers speak for themselves. So he's got all the ingredients. 20 done, it's 57 for 6. If this is a graphic that would say numbers speak for itself, it could be this one. Abrar Ahmed, different venues in first class cricket. He's got 125 scalps all over, but have a look at his record here. At an average of just 40 wickets. And yet, he didn't play the first game here against England. Wasn't first choice. Didn't play the first game here again. Wasn't first choice. Other, not just him, just further elaborating the discussion, neither was Mir Hamza. We just, then Amir and Sikandar spoke at length again. It's almost a case that you can't live in the past. It can be a point of reference, but you got to live in the present. Current form should have some sort of weightage. I don't think reputation or previous expertise can always carry a player through. Khurram was brilliant in the first test. He's followed up with 4 for here as well. And Mir Hamza's control has been exceptional. You just scratch your head. Why weren't these guys in the first test match? The one that you would go down, get on the winning side. It is your home series. Almost seems like an afterthought.
Stretching out. Mir Hamza. Yeah, it was very impressive. He should have had a wicket in the first ball that he bowled yesterday. Never look back. Really good line and length. Hitting the deck hard and let the ball do the rest. Just enough movement. Got a lot of swing available earlier on.
Adhir, we keep talking about what we see, what our opinions are, but it's important to back it up with numbers. Hence why case in point also becomes in the last. Since 2022, Pakistan in Test cricket happened to have the worst average. I'm talking about Pakistan pacers. They're right in the bottom of the pile. The average just under 40. Marginally behind Bangladesh. And again, you look at the list of pacers who have played since. Shot. Control and crisp off the bat of Mehdi Hasan Miraz.
Yeah, he's looked the best so far. Again, taking the responsibility on his shoulders. Remember, he came into bat after the fall of Shakib Al Hasan's wicket. Oh, that's a cracking cutter from Mehdi Hasan Miraj. 26 for 6 when he stepped in. Under tremendous amount of pressure once again. Fans would have been hoping that can he, the question would have been, can he do it again? Well, he certainly looks the part. And still a lot of hard work to be done here. 61 for 6. It just seems that the ball have stopped swinging the way it did in the morning. There will still be something there because there's quite a lot of grass compared to the pitch that we saw in the first test match. This surface has certainly got a lot more.
The entire, just alluding to our point earlier where we're talking about Pacers averages since 2020. Casting extreme to what Pakistan is historically known for. And you look at the names that have played in that time since 2020. Shaheen Shah Afridi, Naseem Shah, Hassan Ali, Fahim Ashraf, Mohammad Abbas. I don't think he's played many at all. I think we just culminate our point, and I think that graphic speaks for itself. And you look at the crop of fast bowlers available to Pakistan. Amir Jamal, promising. Mir Hamza has got enough to support the fact that he deserves a longer go, more consistent go. Khurram Shahzad has been impressive. I think it's extremely important to use your resources at the right time. 21 done, 61 for 6. Slow and steady, rebuilding from Bangladesh. 61 for 6, 35 between Mehdi and Liton Das as Abrar will continue. If you've just joined us, it was chaos in the morning. Chaos for the Bangladesh batters, as Mir Hamza and Khurram Shahzad got the ball to talk. They got the ball to swing, nip off the surface, and it all happened very, very quickly.
Yeah, there was certainly movement, and perhaps Bangladesh, looking back at the dismissals, could have avoided to play few shots. A couple of them were trying to play all over it, trying to play towards the mid-wicket area. When the ball is moving, it's a better idea if you can present the full face of the bat and try to play in the V instead of trying to play square to the wicket on each side. Yes, I'm not taking any credit away from the bowlers. I thought they were magnificent. But I also feel at the same time the Bangladesh batters could have applied themselves a little bit better.
From Pakistan. Phenomenal display of quick bowling this morning from Khurram Shahzad and Mir Hamza with some absolute peaches. But then again, I thought I completely agree with your point. There were some dismissals where you almost felt that they could have avoided. In that challenging time, what you want is to be extremely compact and survive that period, as opposed to trying to look for runs and play your shots. 22 done is 63 for 6. Bangladesh now trailed by 211, and I'm sure a lot of viewers must have tuned in because the way this contest is shaping up. Mehdi Hassan Miraz, an all-rounder for Bangladesh, holds the fort with the bat as well later down the order, but with the ball, 174 wickets, third highest wicket taker for Bangladesh in Test cricket. One of your favourites is Bangladesh China Pathar. He's got plenty of accolades on the side as well.
Scored a century at batting against West Indies. Remember, he scored a match. Amir Hamza back in the attack, and it all happened so quickly. I mean, if you look back at the first hour of play today, the challenge for the batters, for the Bangladesh batters, was to survive the first hour of play because of the fact that there was something happening for the seamers. And they did not lose one or two, they lost 6 wickets in the first hour in the 11 overs that Pakistan bowled. 26 for 6. And it's so difficult for a team to come back and make a strong impression with the bat after that. But credit to this pair now, Mehdi Hassan Miraj and Litun Kumar Das, tried hard and showing some sort of resilience. This is what happened. And it happened so quickly. Into the hands, bowled round the legs, Shadman Islam. Again trying to play towards mid-wicket. Nazmon and Shanto, those were the first 3.
I think what the Pakistan seamers did extremely well is kept the stumps in play throughout. Kept the ball straight, targeting the short selection, but this was an absolute scorcher. The delivery of the test match so far. Once again, slightly falling over in the name to flick it off his hips. Yeah, with the delivery to Mushfiqur Rahim, you have to talk about it. To the best batter so far in this series. Wealth of experience in challenging conditions, and it needed something special to dismiss him. In that previous test, and even here, that's what they would have hoped from the experienced campaigner. Wasn't to be, because Pakistan was super soft. Yeah, they cleaned up Bangladesh at least the first 6. A dream start. 64 for 6, but once again, and the experience of Mehdi and Litton. Again, it's at that point where you still want to survive, become steady, become more comfortable with the pace of the surface, what the surface is doing. Keep taking away the scoreboard whenever it's an offer, but at the moment it's about getting in there. Tire Pakistan's bowlers out. Pick up whatever you can get, and once you're in, and then look to get big scores. If you're a Bangladesh fan, including Athar Ali Khan, it wasn't a pretty sight this morning. So they were 26 for 6, all within the first hour here on day 3. Cut away for 4. Mehdi Hassan Miraz makes use of the half tracker and the width on offer from Abrar.
He's grown as a player. He's Because when he came onto the scene, he was an all-rounder, but he made an impact with the ball. 19 wickets in his debut series against England. But slowly but surely, he started to realize that he can also play a good part with the bat, and he started to deliver. And now everybody consider, especially in Bangladesh, that he's turning out to be a genuine all-rounder, again on display what he can do with the bat. 100 in the bag, and also 7 scores of 50 or above for Mehdi Hasan Miraj.
I think it's important for Abrar here to maintain the pressure created by the quicks up front. I saw in the previous over Liton Das just charging down, trying to throw Mir Hamza off his line as he comes back into his second spell. What you don't want is too many loose deliveries, too many boundary taking deliveries, which allows the pressure of the Bangladesh batters, also allows for them to pick up runs. As we close into lunch, we just got about 12 odd minutes prior to lunch, so what Bangladesh will hope for is they can close out the session with the wickets column exactly where it is.
Yeah, he's dealing in boundaries. Mehdi Hasan Miraj, are the 29 runs that he's scored, he's picked up 6 boundaries, so that's 24. Lichun Kumar Das also realizing the fact that his job is to just stay on. Solid in defense, don't want to take any chances. If there is an opportunity, fine. If not, just keep batting. And this is how he is batted, Mehdi Hasan Miraj. He came in and played some lovely shots on the offside. Scored on the wicket that time around. At times in the air, but lucky for him that it went in the gap. A cracking shot of the back foot, off seam, and he's making another effort to ensure that he can take somehow Bangladesh to safe waters. Mehdi Hasan Miraj, 26 years of age, is the 3rd highest wicket taker for Bangladesh in Test cricket. 12th off spinner to take 10 5-wicket haul in Test cricket. Also the 4th Bangladeshi bowler to take 3 5-wicket hauls in Test away from home. Century. And he's also picked up a 5-fer in this Test match. The last time it happened in way back in 2000. It's 24 years back. Ashley Giles was the one who was picked up a 5-fer in the first inning of a Test match in Pakistan way back in 2000. Nobody is able to achieve that. And